Three-year-old revolutionary seizes power. Fidel Castro overthrows a US-backed dictator. His first moves shock Washington. Seizes American oil refineries, nationalizes banks, gives land to peasants. Then allies with the Soviet Union, 90 miles from Florida. President Eisenhower's response? Remove him. The CIA gets to work. 1961. They train 1,400 Cuban exiles. Arm them. Send them to invade. Bay of Pigs. Castro's forces crush them in 72 hours. The invasion fails on live television. America is humiliated. So the CIA changes strategy. Just kill him. Operation Mongoose begins. They try poison pills hidden in his food. Fail. Exploding cigars. Fail. Poison diving.
US. Equal to share Venezuela, so actually, or moment penny. Maduro, Ena, Nere, Modomako, United States of America, say, it's the same being and say almost say, on yet legitimate president, or turn draft or delaying drafts in assembly pre now, like charges are American for the opponent and Yagro. Now, winner, Black Rasta. Of Black Empire Media about arbitrary new more. Say, Jomodi Maduro, Black Rasta the call back many years ago in Cuba. Our no moment penny now the kind of friend Fidel Castro, the America for the year. But America for year, yeah, Almighty Man Kusa Fidel Castro. So Black Rasta Eddie call back on extra new more. Into Orient and on the BC Venezuela man penny. Maduro in same way so said the already year Fidel Castro the same thing na on person already year sa Maduro so obisha be person be come na yakoti said the Black Rasta of Black Empire Media esi chire sim no e na the American for a license as American for omo tete amman be pray na so because of that incidents we are now there no my ekosi Ghana ye the yanwa to St. George akasa yeah and aman mpanyinfo bebree na akasa so pɛpɛ sɛ ɔbɛka na yakoti ana yakɔhwɛ video no sɛdeɛ Black Rasta asi kyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm no aha ɛyɛ
Yes, the voice of the people, and the voice of the people is the voice of God. Now here we don't criticize, and if we must criticize just on one condition, we would only criticize to build and not to destroy. For 60 years, America tried but failed to kill this wild man. Who is the wild man we are talking about? He's called Fidel Castro. Now, Fidel Castro became the leader of Cuba at a very young age. And he was so much of a patriot. He fought for his people. Then he clashed heads with America. Some people who were in exile from Cuba were used by the FBI, trained by the FBI to go back to Cuba and try to remove this guy. For about 60 years, the FBI, America, the CIA all came together. They couldn't finish this guy. He died finally at the age of 90 of natural conditions, dead in his bed, surrounded by his loving family. Before he left power to his brother, Raul, he said bye-bye to the rest of Cuba. And he went into the room knowing very well that he had done so well for his country, Cuba. Today, you can't talk about Cuba without Fidel Castro. He built hospitals all over Cuba, trained a lot of African doctors. Rawlings had a very good relationship with him. He sent a lot of Ghanaian people there to train as medical people. And they had a very quick way of training doctors. Quickly, you go there within a few years, you are a medical doctor, you are back to Ghana. In fact, they stayed independent of America for as long as it was.
This is Azinga TV.
America sanctioned Cuba, but Cuba didn't care. Fidel Castro was a guerrilla soldier. I saw some interesting short documentary, AI generated, that I would like to share with you. It's just about a minute long. Watch this. When we return, we'll tell you a bit more. Watch this.
1959, Havana, Cuba. A 33-year-old revolutionary seizes power. Fidel Castro overthrows a US-backed dictator. His first moves shock Washington. Seizes American oil refineries, nationalizes banks, gives land to peasants. Then allies with the Soviet Union, 90 miles from Florida. President Eisenhower's response? Remove him. The CIA gets to work. 1961. They train 1,400 Cuban exiles. Arm them. Send them to invade. Bay of Pigs. Castro's forces crush them in 72 hours. The invasion fails on live television. America is humiliated. So the CIA changes strategy. Just kill him. Operation Mongoose begins. They try poison pills hidden in his food. Fail. Exploding cigars. Fail. Poison diving suit for his hobby of scuba diving. Fail. Mafia hitmen hired with briefcases full of cash. Fail. A girlfriend recruited to slip pills into his drink. She falls for him instead. Warns him. Fail. Sniper rifles. Car bombs. Booby-trapped seashells placed where he dives. All fail. The attempts keep coming. Through Kennedy, through Johnson, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Bush again, Obama. 11 U.S. presidents. Over 600 documented assassination attempts. Not one succeeds. Castro keeps giving speeches, building hospitals, defying embargoes, outlasts every CIA director who tried to kill him. November 25th, 2016. Fidel Castro dies in his bed, surrounded by family. Age 90, natural causes. The man America spent 60 years trying to kill died on his own terms. 600 attempts, 11 presidents. He outlived them all.
Over 600 attempts on his life. 11 American presidents. 60 years in all. From explosive cigars to poisoned scuba diving vests. Women, cash. He survived everything because he trained his people to love him. But above him, he trained them to love their country. When you go to Cuba, housing is free. They take care of mothers and children. Free health services. They produce their own food. Yet they are only a few miles away from America. Fidel Castro, he taught the people to be patriotic. If you love your nation, you will never betray your leader who loves your nation as much. A lady was brought in and she fell in love with him. This is the story of Fidel Castro. And I intentionally brought it in for our own African leaders. How many of us as African leaders are ready to hold on to African countries like Kwame Nkrumah, like Fidel Castro, call the bluff of America, call the bluff of the world, West, the IMF and the World Bank, and say, my people, we are in this together. One people, one destiny. Come, let us all fight for our motherland. Let us all join hands for the sake of our nation. We are divided by politics. Opposition, incumbent never agree. That is why it is easy for the West to sneak in and divide us. Fidel Castro made sure that the nation was one blend. Free housing. In Cuba, it's not heaven, but they created their own heaven. Now let us move from Cuba and go to Venezuela. There was a guy there called Maduro. He was the president of the nation. His wife was called Celia Flores. They have been abducted by Trump. America and Trump have flown all the way to a sovereign nation like Venezuela and arrested the president of the country and his wife, the first lady. What is the reason? They claim that he's not the legitimate leader of the country. He didn't win the elections properly. Number two, they claim that they are protecting American interests. In what sense? That the man has a factory that produces, he and his wife, cocaine. And the cocaine is supplied to America to destroy American people. Thirdly, he claims, I'm talking about Trump, that Maduro and his regime have stolen oil rights from American businessmen. For that matter, going into the country is not an invasion. It is to fight for American interests. And before Trump entered there, he made it clear. Number one, when we go, we shall restore the stolen oil rights to the American people. And remember, every year, Venezuela churns out billions of gallons of oil, barrels of oil. They have the high density oil, aka the dirty oil, that needs a lot of refining. In fact, for some time, they were even in some little fight with Guyana over this same oil thing. And they have a lot of that. America is interested in it. So America decides to get up on the 3rd of January, goes there with the FBI, guns and ammunition. They shot and killed 82 Venezuelans around the house of Maduro. And then they abducted him. Trump is still saying that a second strike is imminent, that they will go there and strike again if Venezuela does not cooperate. They have installed a new government to fight for American interests, the same way that they had that dictator in Cuba who Fidel Castro overthrew and attracted the chagrin of America, the anger of America. So America wants to rule the world now. Remember that America went into Venezuela with a code name, Operation Absolute Resolve. OAR. Operation Absolute Resolve. They took out by force legitimately elected government, the president, and they took him not to the High Court in Hague, but to America. It's like going to catch cockroaches and sending them to the Court of Fowls. You claim they have hurt Americans, and then you take them, instead of trying them in a neutral court, you have taken them to America to be tried. What is the world coming up to? Ghana has condemned it. The Mahama government has condemned it. Sam George has condemned it. Is this yet another Iraq? They went to Iraq. They said Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction, only to go in there, they couldn't even find a cockroach missile. Bush did that. Saddam Hussein has got up to today, Saturday, to quit Kuwait unconditionally. I remember when we were in school, we were imitating this accent. Saddam Hussein has got up to today, Saturday, to quit Kuwait. We heard that on radio. My brother, they went, killed Saddam Hussein for nothing. No weapon was found. Now, they say cocaine factory. Now Trump has come to say, oh, they have to cooperate or we strike again.
Please subscribe, comment, and share for more content.
And they are blaming it on the people of Venezuela. Where is the factory? If you don't show us the factory, we'll attack you again. Trump is going crazy. He's going bonkers. A few days ago, he was in Nigeria, bombing Nigeria. All in the name of rescuing Christians. Well, we want to see everybody live in peace and harmony. Once it was in collaboration with the Nigerian government, we don't have too much of a problem. Two sovereignties coming together, right, to do their thing. But in this case, they flew into Venezuela without any license. They created their own licenses, went and shot and killed presidential gas 82 and carried the president and his wife, flew them to New York for trial. Meanwhile, America and England and the whole of Europe, they have an agreement that never would they invade each other. Those days are gone. But if you have this agreement, why wouldn't it be worldwide? America can invade other countries, meanwhile not Europe. What does America take other countries for? It is so disheartening. The people of Cuba protected their president because he made them feel valuable, worthy. He fought for the nation. If this was Cuba, the whole nation would have come out against America. But go to Venezuela, they are all hiding in their rooms. Everyone is afraid of the first bullet. Nobody wants to be a victim. We pray that peace, equal rights, and justice will come true. What is the world saying? The United Nations, all those organizations, what are they saying? Are we living in the jungle? Now any country can just jump into another country and protecting American interests. Soon it could be Ghana. Because you are amassing gold and they are telling you don't do that. And you are doing it. They could just come. This time around they wouldn't need to shoot. They will get a few idiots. Go and assassinate your president. And they will do it like they tried to do to Nkrumah and they removed him. Let's come together as a nation, believe in our nation, and nobody can set us against each other. The politics is too much. It's the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo. And here we speak total power.
Thank you so much for watching. Kindly don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay safe till we meet in the next one. I love you and it's bye for now.